Hello and welcome to Wheel Thing TV. I'm Dave Knoll. In this week's episode we're checking out the 2015 Subaru Impreza WRX STi. It's got a manual gearbox and it's a ripper.
Subaru's WRX STi, clad in pearlescent white paint, 2.5 litre engine, 200 odd plus kilowatts, 407 newton meters of torque at 4,000 RPM, peak power at 6,000 RPM, and you've got plenty of brake stopping power as well. 4 pot brakes up the front, and thanks to Brembo all the way through, we've also got the 2 potters down the back. A beautifully balanced car in regards to the braking, a beautifully balanced car out on the road, and a bit of a nod still to the heritage of Subaru when it comes to the rallying background with that massive rear wing. There's a fair bit of technology packed into this particular car, and centre stage is, well, the centre diff. As you can see, it's always on the screen there, and it's operated via this little toggle switch right here in the middle. And basically you've got a choice of auto and manual, and Subaru actually recommend that you leave it in manual mode, primarily because the computer will do all the work. Hit that button and you've got the opportunity then to select yourself just how much drive you want, front and rear. It actually makes a fair bit of difference to the way that the car handles if you go to about there, especially if you're using it for some very tight corner driving. You've also got the different sports modes for the drive here. You've got your sport, sharp and intelligent, which basically are, well, different ways of telling the engine how you want it to accelerate, and especially in the auto, which will also then involve some shift points in the transmission. And again, pretty simple, turn, push, and you've got them coming up here on the dash. And again, it is noticeable, especially in the mid-pack when you go to the SI or the Sports Sharp drive. Up here in the center console of the dash, well, turbo boost, pretty simple. Also locks in once you're underway, so you can see we've already had a peak of 1.22 kilopascals. Information all the way through, fuel consumption averages, drive splits, all that kind of thing, and we're down to 11 litres per 100 with 240 kilometres to go, and we're roughly halfway between half empty and a quarter to go on the tank level. So no, it's not the most economical car that you're going to find out of a 60 litre tank, and especially that it needs 98 RON petrol. Interior, the trim for the car, it's a little bit better than the standard Impreza, where you've got some 4 carbon fibre look, a little bit of extra trim on the inserts of the seats, the red leather or machine made leather, and the red piping, the stitching in the seats as well. But the overall look is still a little bit bland, a little bit we're needing some bling of some sort. But then you come to the steering wheel, it's just the right size, you've got the right sort of grip feel to it, you've got this golf ball material, the texture of it with all the dimples and the leather up here, the stitching, and of course all the information that goes through on the screens, audio, cruise control, all simple. And of course down here we've got our little set buttons which give us extra information up here on the screen as well. A simply brilliant gear shift, very short throw, very close gate, and a nice easy lockout mechanism for reverse as well. Works an absolute treat. 2 USB ports in there. The normal Impreza has 2 down at the rear section in here. This car particularly doesn't though. It does have heated seats. Where's the cooling? You've got the ventilation in the material. At around $55 and a bit thousand for the location that I live in, it's an absolute screaming bargain for one of the best performance cars you'll buy. That 2.5 litre engine, the amount of grunt that it's got down low, all of the toys you've got to play with, especially that centre diff, which really can make a lot of difference, depending of course on your driving style and where you're taking the car. All those sort of things come into play. For information, check out subaru.com.au. For Wheel Thing TV, I'm Dave Knoll.